G'day all, Mr. Wilson. This is how you change your plugs on a Hayabusa. This is a 2006 model, this one. So you've got 2 bolts to hold your seat on. That's so you can lift your tank up. Make sure there's hardly any fuel in your tank, so otherwise you'll tilt your tank and you're going to have fuel spilling out everywhere. Underneath your back seat, you should know how to undo that. Key. You've got your toolkit, which does have a plug removal tool in it. You see him sticking out there. And it also it'll have the bar in here that you place in the front of your tank. So take your seat off, undo the 2 bolts in the top of the tank, put them somewhere safe, put them back there if you want to. Then, tank's up, got 10mm bolt, it's the left hand side of the bike, clip, then we've got another clip. Got hose straight there, so it's just a pinch clamp. So you clip, hose, and you go the other side. Another hose here. You can actually get a better view of that hose there. One there, one there. You've got a screw there for your clamps on the top of your throttle bodies there. So I'll just whip them undone and we'll give her a wiggle and bring her up. There is a hose underneath the middle of it as well, so keep an eye on that. So cover that for you again. We've got clamp, hose, hose, $10mm bolt, clip, clamp, and there is another little hose hiding up here as well. So I'll rip him off and I'll show you what's underneath. I'll be back. So this one's just a pinch clip. Squeeze them 2 little knobs out. You want to call them knobs? I don't know. Just pull that down because it won't go all the way down, sit in the pipes there. This one, got a little pinch clip. See how they see him there, just your fingernail there. Give him a bit of a squeeze and a wriggle. There we go. Alright, I'll rip the hoses off and we'll be back. Now here's the other hose I was talking about. This little fella here. Tip for getting hoses off sometimes, if they don't want to go easily, you get something up in between the surface and you just give them a bit of a twist, because that'll help. Sometimes because they've been on there so long, it just helps to break the seal. Because when you pull down on a hose, it stretches it, and it actually sort of keeps grip of it, I suppose you'll say. You can just yank them off generally, but if you give it a little pinch like that first, look at that, it just slips off there, piss. So you've got that one there I've undone. Try and keep it quick for you. This one here. And this one. We're looking there, up in there. Alright, so they're the hoses. I'm going to grab a Phillips head screwdriver, undo the clamps, and we'll be back. Alright. So mine was pretty tight. So I just got the screwdriver here and put it under the edge of the clamp. In here, give it a bit of a twist. Same deal on the other side. Just put him on the little tab. There's that little tab there, and you can give him a twist, and that'll help you to leverage him up a bit. So once you wiggle him off, you will find there's a hose on that little sucker there. So we'll get him off, and we'll have a look. So there we go, that's got him off. Now, we've got cylinders left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now there's just a push on clip. Push clip to slide the plug off your coil. Sorry, I'll get a good angle for you. There's a push. And off she comes. And it's just a matter of grabbing the top of the coil with your hand Good wriggle and a pull. Check that out, make sure it looks healthy. I'll clean it before I put it back in anyway. And then our plug, obviously straight under the coil. Just have a pretty quick look at this jigger. And he fits on there nicely, so I'm not sure what team's up with that in there, but I'll sort that out in a second. So basically I pull my plugs one at a time, and I'll leave them lined up on the table from 1 to 4. I'll pull a plug, check the gap on a new plug, reinsert. That's it, one at a time. Plug it back together. I'll clean all this just with WD-40 and a rag, or a bit of CRC and a rag. I'll inspect the hoses, clean the hoses, spray a bit of good gear on them, give her all a bit of love. I'll check the bottom of my air filter pipes, make sure there's no cracks, that they're in good condition on the bottom of the filter. Here, and they'll be lubricated before they go back on as well. So it's not rocket science. You can see the way your clamps work there, they wind right through. So each screw does 2 clamps, not a bad idea. And that's about it. So we'll pull a plug and I'll get back to you. So I got my first plug out using the tool. There is actually a spanner in your bag of tools that fits the top of this. You slot him in, use the spanner and you wind them by hand. As you can see, this plug's been in there a long time. It's actually quite corroded the alloy around the top there. The plug itself is actually reading quite nice, so I'll line up all 4 plugs just to see if we've got any oil burning issues or anything like that. But that looks good for its age. Remember, this bike's done 50,000 Ks. And this is my new plugs. So we're running CR9E. And what I've done is I've grabbed the feeler gauge out, I tested the plug that came out, and I've tested the new plugs across the board. They're all the same. Now when you put new plugs in, always check them. Even if it's visually, it's better than nothing, because I've actually seen new plugs, it looks like they've been dropped, or I'm not sure, but they haven't had no gap at all. They've been shut right up. So always check your plugs. You can just visual, run it over with your eye, make sure they're the same. I just ran the feeler gauge through it, and I'll just replace one plug at a time now, and that's it. Put it back together the same way it came apart. Pretty easy way to change your plugs, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, one at a time, check your gaps, take your time, there's no hurry. I'm going to do an oil change, coolant change. I won't film all that, it's all pretty basic stuff. And just give it a good detail while it's all bare bones like that. Give it a good clean up. Inspections for oil leaks and stuff, which I can't see any. And she'll be good for a long, long time. Much more fun to come. Anyway, if you like my videos, share, subscribe, whatever. I'll try to keep it quick, to the point. Yep, exactly what I did, but in reverse. I'll put this plug back in, I'll put the clip back on, I'll pull the next plug, same thing. Alright, just take your time. Have a nice day. Mr. Wilson out of here. Later.